Hello guys, welcome back to this project, and it's already a third lesson dedicated to this project. So to finish this project right here, and I think we'll finish it during this lesson, so let's keep going. First of all, we need to create a new layer here, and also let's just keep the layer here. Okay, let's continue. So now let's take this layer and put it here. So it has to be behind our shadow basically, but it has to be on the spinal. So now we need to go here and we press right, and we need to choose our smooch tool. So it's located on the blur panel, so if you don't see it, just press right and choose the smooch tool and you will see it. So if you have been following my lessons, then probably you already know what is the smooch tool and how does it work. So what do we do now? We go closer, make sure you have selected sample of layers, your strength is like around 50%, mode is normal, and so let's make our brush a little bit bigger. And also, you need to select this kind of brush, so you go to brush settings and make sure you have this selected here and not a round one. If you don't have brush settings here, you can just go to window and find brush settings there. So make sure this is selected. Okay, now for example, if I start drawing, just to show you, you can see that what it does, and that's exactly what we need. So let's go back for now and edit step backward. And if I go to this image, you can see that here we have this kind of lines, like an ice cream is dropping. The only problem is that when I draw that, for example, I do that here, you can see that it also affects the image behind, so it also affects the stairs here. So let's go back again. In order to make sure this doesn't affect the stairs, what we can do, we need to turn off both of the images, and now we need to work. Because when I do it like here right now, you can see that it doesn't affect the stairs anymore, it's affecting only the layers that are visible. That's exactly what we need. So we'll just do few drops here like this. For example, here we can also make this a little bit smaller and do like this, like even a little more smaller like this. Perfect. Also the same we can do here, for example. No, this just makes it look like glitch, so it kind of looks cool, like it's melting. Oops, let's go back. I had here shadow, that's why it got black. So make sure you're not coloring on the shadow place. Yeah, like this must be okay. So I'll just turn on the image. Perfect. Now let's continue. Next thing we actually need to do, we need to make sure this layer here, the ice cream dropping, the glitch effect, and also the spinal are one layer together. So we have to select both of them. So just hold Ctrl and select, or Command if you're using Mac, and select both of them. Press right here and make sure you press convert to smart object. Now if I turn this off and on, as you can see, it's one object. So why do we need to do that? So if we go now here to our effects adjustment layers panel and select hue saturation, so now if I go back to layers, I can see that my adjustment layer hue saturation is located just in front of this spinal. So if I go back to this hue saturation, just press twice here on this icon and I start changing the colors, you can see that it changes the colors of the spinal, but it also changes the colors of the main image. And we don't want that. We want to make sure it changes the colors only of this line. How do we do that? In order to make sure this is the case, we need to press here. So if we press here, now it's affects. If we go back to layers, you can see that here we have this arrow, and now the arrow shows on this line, spinal line. So now it's affecting only this spinal, only this 3D line. It doesn't affect everything else anymore. So if I start changing the colors, you can see how it looks. So now we can just choose the perfect color. Just choose the color that you think fits the best. For example, here I have different colors, but you can choose any other color that you think fits the best, like this, for example. Nope. Yeah, maybe something like this could be good. Also, you can play with saturation. The saturation should be like this, I think. Another thing we can actually do in order to make it 4 colors, because if you see here I have kind of 3 colors, so like white, red, and yellow. We can actually make 4 and more. How do we do that? So we need to go here to this hue saturation and we need to select the mask. We go here, press right and select the gradient tool. Make sure you have your gradient selected on black and white, so this is the default gradient. Also make sure you have this selected, this style of gradient, mode normal, and everything should be like this. And if I press this mask and I start drawing gradient right now, so I just press and drag, what happens now? Now you can see here this type of mask gradient, which basically means that where is black we see the original colors, and where is the white we see the effect. So for example, if I turn this now off, you can see that here is the original color and here is the effect. So like this we can make sure we have 4 different colors or even 3 different colors, and I can make it look different. For example, I can press and drag it from here. Now it's a little bit different. So now here's the original layer and here's the effect. You can make it like this to change the positions, so we can play with it. Let's make it like this. Yeah, now for example, if I change the colors, you can see that it's going to change only the colors of the layers here. So now it has, so now it has actually like 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. Okay, let's continue. Also, we need to make sure our image is brighter and a little bit different color. How do we do that? We need to go to our image, and we need to choose here first brightness and make it a little bit brighter, and also give it a little bit more contrast. Let's just, let's do that. Let's bring this brightness contrast to the top, so it's affecting everything like this. So yep. Now let's change the colors of our hue saturation. So basically, if you go to layers and change the color of this hue saturation, which affects the color of this line here, press twice there, and let's change the color to make sure it fits the image in general. And also we can change the color a little bit for this image. So we go back to layers and we press on our image again, and now we choose hue saturation, and if we change the color just a little bit, yep, and also saturation, make it a little bit. Okay, you have to play with it. Yeah, I think that looks okay, that looks good. I just don't like the color of this line, so again, as I said before, you have to play with it to see if you like the color or not. It depends on your taste, so let's just leave it. And if you go back to this image here, as you can see, so we did all the points that we needed to cover. We did the 3D line, we did this ice cream drops, we did this empty place, the hole here, we did the color shift, we did everything that we needed to do in order to create this project. The only thing you have to do is just to play with colors and make sure you got the right colors. And if you don't want it to be 4 different colors, you can just remove this mask here, and now, yeah, delete mask, and now it's only 2 colors, so you can play with it like this. Yep, that looks actually nice. Okay guys, that's it for this project here. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, just message me. I will be happy to help you, and I will be happy to answer all of your questions. And of course, if you want to see what projects are coming next, just go to my Instagram, which is @FredsGallery, and there you will be able to find, there you will be able to find all the projects that we are going to be going through. So here we have also not only the normal projects, the image, we also have some cool projects which include video. For example, this one here that I did in combination with Photoshop and After Effects. Now as you can see here, she is floating. So make sure, yeah, as I said, you follow me. You can also message me there, and I also post a lot of different interesting stuff for digital artists that you don't want to miss for sure. Okay guys, so see you during the next lesson. Bye.